I never imagined that the quiet little creek behind my house would become the center of a war. For decades, it flowed gently through the neighborhood, clear water, fish darting between rocks, and birds nesting in the reeds. It was peaceful, it was natural, and most importantly, it was mine. Until the HOA decided otherwise. They claimed the creek was unsightly. They claimed it affected home values. They claimed it invited wildlife, as if wildlife isn't supposed to exist. But none of us expected their solution. They filled the entire creek with concrete. I woke up to the sound of diesel engines roaring like thunder. Bright orange dump trucks lined the road. A cement mixer spun in my driveway. Workers stood knee-deep in my creek, holding rebar and shovels. Who approved this? I yelled. One of the workers shrugged. Your HOA. They gave us the green light. My HOA president, Sandra, strutted toward me with sunglasses and a clipboard. You'll thank us later, she smirked. We're improving the view. By sunset, the creek was gone, replaced by a solid gray scar of industrial concrete that cut through the landscape like a wound. Fish died. The natural flow stopped. The ecosystem collapsed. And within days, water began backing up behind the concrete wall. The ground turned soft. Lawns turned marshy. Trees leaned. And mosquitoes, millions of them, hatched in stagnant pools. The HOA had turned a natural creek into a swamp incubator. Instead of fixing their mistake, the HOA chose the most HOA move possible. They blamed me. Sandra sent me a letter claiming I had altered natural drainage and owed a $2,500 fine. I stared at the paper and laughed. They destroyed a creek and wanted me to pay for the consequences? Not a chance. I called the county environmental department. 2 inspectors arrived the next morning. When they saw the concrete-filled creek, their jaws dropped. This is illegal, one of them said. Who did this? I pointed at the HOA sign. He took photos like a man documenting a crime scene. When he came back with a report, I nearly choked. The creek was protected land, and the HOA had just committed a federal waterway violation. The next HOA meeting was chaos. Homeowners packed the room, waving letters from the county. Fines, investigations, orders to remove the concrete wall. Sandra tried to maintain control. Everyone calmed down. It's just a misunderstanding. Someone shouted, You turned my backyard into a swamp. Another yelled, My basement flooded because of you. The HOA board sat in silence, sweating bullets. The county gave the HOA 30 days to restore the creek. Not pave it, not beautify it, restore it to natural condition. That meant breaking up concrete, removing debris, reestablishing water flow, replanting vegetation, paying fines. Total estimated cost? $487,000. The board nearly fainted. While the HOA panicked, nature continued punishing them. Backyards transformed into wetlands. Perfectly manicured lawns turned into mush. $1-million homes had water pooling under their foundations. One homeowner screamed at Sandra, My appraisal dropped $200,000 because of you. Their perfect neighborhood was sinking into the swamp they created. Sandra printed glossy pamphlets claiming the flooding was caused by excessive rainfall. There had been no rain for a week. She said the county was confused. The county posted the violation online for everyone to read. She said the creek wasn't really a creek. It was legally classified as a seasonal waterway protected under state law. Her lies collapsed faster than their backyards. While the HOA tried to hide the truth, I hired a hydrologist to survey the land. His report proved one simple fact. The HOA's concrete blockage was solely responsible for all flooding. I mailed copies to every homeowner. the county, the HOA's insurance company, and the HOA board themselves. The insurance company responded within 48 hours. We will not cover damages caused by illegal activity. The HOA was financially naked. At the emergency meeting, Sandra's voice cracked. We'd accept accountability, she whispered. Homeowners shouted. We want you gone. You ruined our homes. You bankrupted us. One by one, the board members stood up and resigned. Some walked out crying. Some didn't look at anyone. Sandra was the last to leave. For the first time, she didn't say a word. Contractors spent weeks tearing apart the concrete. The sound of jackhammers echoed through the neighborhood like justice. Slowly, water began to flow again. Birds returned. The swamp drained. The land healed. Nature always wins. Even after the creek was restored, the damage lingered. Home values didn't rebound overnight. Insurance premiums skyrocketed. Some foundations cracked beyond repair. The HOA tried to bury a creek. Instead, they buried their own million-dollar investments. As for me, I sit on my porch now, listening to the restored water trickle through the rocks. Peaceful, beautiful, natural. The creek survived. The HOA didn't. Even now, months later, people still talk about what happened. New families touring the neighborhood whisper, is this the place where the HOA filled a creek with concrete? And longtime residents answer quietly, yeah, that's the one. It became a story parents tell their kids. Don't fight nature. You'll lose. Some call it a warning. Some call it karma. But everyone agrees on one thing. What happened here won't ever be repeated. The restoration workers finished their job, but nature did the rest. Reeds pushed up through the mud. Dragonflies returned in shimmering clouds. Fish darted under fallen branches like they never left. The creek didn't just recover. It thrived. And every time I walk alongside it, I can't help but smile. Life has a way of returning. Quietly, stubbornly, beautifully. No matter how much concrete humans dump on top of it. The HOA still exists, technically, but it's a ghost of what it used to be. No more threats. No more fines. No more pretending they knew better than Mother Nature. Their meetings are half empty now. Their budgets are drained. Their authority? Gone. When people search the neighborhood online, they don't see photos of pretty houses or clean parks. They see articles, reports, videos, all documenting the disaster they caused. That's their legacy now. Not order, not beauty, but arrogance and collapse. Sometimes, late at night, I walk down to the edge of the creek. The moonlight dances on the water, and the world feels calm again. I think about everything we lost, and everything we gained. Peace doesn't come from rules. It doesn't come from control. It doesn't come from trying to shape nature into something it's not. Peace comes from letting things be what they're meant to be. The creek was meant to flow. The land was meant to breathe. And the truth was meant to come out. In the end, the HOA wrote their own downfall. Not with paperwork. Not with fines. But with a single foolish decision. They tried to bury a living creek under stone. But nature remembers. She always remembers. And long after their names fade from the HOA newsletter, long after the houses are resold and renovated, long after the board files are shredded and forgotten, the creek will still be here, flowing, thriving, alive. A reminder carved into the land itself. Respect nature, or be swallowed by it, or be swallowed by it. Because in the end, no board, no rule book, no vote, and no amount of concrete can overpower the truth of the earth beneath our feet. Nature doesn't bow to authority. Authority bows to nature. And every drop of water flowing through this creek is a quiet testimony to that fact. So when I sit here now, listening to the current whisper through the stones, I'm reminded of one simple truth. You can fight nature for a day, a month, maybe even a year. But nature always wins the war. And this time, I got to watch it happen. The creek lives. The lesson remains. And the story ends right where it began, with water finding its way home.